Hey everyone, welcome back to the lab. It's me, Professor Ninetales, and today we are going to be opening some very special packs from PokeCollect. If you don't know anything about him, he started his own business making these awesome custom Pokemon card packs. You can create your own. He has ones that are all full arts, vintage cards, you name it, he's got it, and the pulls are always super spicy. After that, we're going to be going through my most special and favorite Pokemon cards that I'm actually going to be sending into PSA to get graded, and hopefully we can pull something in this stack that we can add to our PSA grade cards. Alright, so getting right into it, this is one of his 10 card packs here, so there are guaranteed to be some pretty good pulls in these. If you look at his website, he actually does tell you what the pull rates are. So that's actually a pretty nice way. You kind of always know what you're going to get, and usually it's something pretty good. So, alright, here we go. A reverse holo Luxray. Reverse holo Druddigon. Reverse holo Lucario. Reverse Hydreigon. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hydreigon Holofoil. Awesome. A Holo Hoopa. Hoopa Holo. Say that 3 times fast. A Holo Magnezone. Looks like it's a Plasma Pokemon. That's awesome. Ooh, a Prism Star Xerneas. That is really awesome. I love these fairy Pokemon. Is that in rotation? Lovely. Alright. And a Blastoise EX. That is awesome. Oh baby. Alright, and let's see. In the top loader, so the with his packs, the better cards or the premium cards or whatever will be in the top loader. Alright, so let's see what we got here. The Denny GX. This is from the new Trainer's Toolkit. These are awesome cards, super playable in the game. So honestly, having more and not having to buy that toolkit is awesome. And an Alolan Persian GX as well. That is awesome. Alright, clean up my mess here. Of course, all of these will go back into sleeves and whatnot afterwards, you know. I like to take care of my cards here in the lab. Okay. Alright. Reverse holo Scrafty. Reverse holo Heracross. That's awesome, I love this. Reverse holo Mr. Mime. Holofoil Alolan Muck. I love the colors on the Alolan Muck. I think he looks so awesome. It's like someone knocked over all my paint cans. Ooh, Holofoil Melmetal. It's like he knew. It's like he knew. Look at that. Holo Alolan Ninetales. I don't know if you could tell, but this card makes me really happy. Oh my goodness. Yay! Ninetales. Holo Vikavolt. Also very cool promo card there. Boxstar. And a Volcanion EX dual type. That is neat. Alright, let's see what's in that top loader. Is it sad that I'm more excited about that Ninetales? Alright, here we go. In the top loader, we have a Tapu Fini GX from, is that Burning Shadows? That's awesome. Is that the full art too? I don't have that. That is so cool. Good on you, PokeCollect. You're hooking it up. Ooh, Alolan Raichu and Raichu, or Raichu and Alolan Raichu Tag Team GX. so cool. Oh my goodness. I actually wanted to take those right shoes we pulled from the Hidden Fates video earlier this week and make a deck out of it, so now I definitely have to. I don't care if it's legal or not. Sue me. Alright, so the next thing that we got here, that's the bonus pack. We'll open that at the end. So the next thing that we got here is there are 5 single holo foil cards. Now these could be literally anything from first edition all the way up to, or first edition base set all the way up to current. So we're gonna see what we got in here. A holo Altaria. Look at that. That is so cool. Shimmery. A holo Dusk Noir. I love how many different angles and textures we can get out of these cards. Ooh, another Prism Star Xerneas. That's awesome. That might have to be the base for a whole deck right there. Is this card good? Tell me in the comments if you think that card's any good, and if I should build a deck on it, if you'd like to see that. Also, hit the like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. I'm going to try to do more videos, maybe 2 or 3 a week for right now. So, stay tuned. We got some cool stuff coming. Alright, and in that top loader of the holo cards, these are going to be the bad boys here. Ready? I think that's... I thought that was a base set for a second. I almost lost my mind. But that is an XY Evolutions, I believe. Hitmonchan holo foil. That is awesome. I'll take that. And a Stonjourner V from Sword and Shield. Awesome. I do think we have this one, but everyone loves the doubles, but take a look at that Hitmonchan. I love them the old nostalgic cards, Alright, and so this is what he sent in the bonus pack. I'm actually going to go and put this up here. If you guys want to get some of these cards for yourself, this is not sponsored or anything. I bought these on my own because I wanted to see what was in them. And I'd seen some other... Oh, look, right there. Unlisted Leaf. Yeah, check him out too. But yeah, so these guys are awesome. Check them out. Get some cool cards. If you like these cards we pulled today, hit the thumbs up. Share it with your friends who are into Pokemon. And let's see what's in this mystery pack. Ooh, is that a reverse? Is that a border? A Japanese, a holo golem? That's so cool. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then let's see what's this guy. Ooh, that's a Pokemon League. Does it still count as reverse? Houndoom? Very cool. I actually have never gotten. I like this. And it actually has a little texture on there. That's awesome. Look at that. Alright guys, we're going to get this mess cleaned up and we'll be right back with our grading cards. Okay, we're back. So after going through all of those cards, there wasn't really anything that I wanted to send off to get graded right now, but that's okay. I do want to do another PokeCollect opening, so if that's something that you guys would like to see, comment down below, let me know, and we'll see what we get next time. In the meantime, we're going to go through my submissions for PSA grading. We're going to do this in a way to keep the suspense. So the first one we have is Mewtwo GX from Hidden Fates. I will throw up the values of all of these graded and ungraded on the screen. So we'll kind of talk about it. It looks like it's a little bit off-center that way, but not a whole lot. So I don't, I'm kind of hoping that they'll count, on that it's a popular Pokemon for a better grade. But this did go fresh from a Hidden Fates pack. I didn't open this one on camera, but I did pre-open a box and pulled this guy out. So it was a nice little tester, and he's getting graded. Who doesn't love a good Mewtwo card? All right, Mewtwo GX from Hidden Fates. Okay, here we go. Hidden Fates, I believe we pulled this in our video, and it's the full art, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. Didn't really do a whole lot of examining of the individual cards in that long Hidden Fates video, so we'll kind of look at this guy again. So the centering on this one actually looks pretty good to me. Again, it is pack fresh, so I am hoping for a 10. I'll take a 9.5 on any of these bad boys, really, but there doesn't seem to be any whitening to my eyes. Everything looks pretty well centered. And again, it's the birds. It's Gen 1. It's, all that nostalgia. I think it'll get a good grade. Hopefully a 9.5. That's what I'm shooting for. Alright, the next card we have is the full art Jesse and James. Goodness, I really like this card. Again, yeah, we pulled this in our Hidden Fates video. Keep my fingers off it. And I think the centering it's a little bit off towards the left, but all in all, I think it looks pretty good. And I mean, this card art is just awesome. I love it. You can almost hear them fighting. Let's look at the back actually before I put that away. Bam. Again, doesn't seem to be any whitening to my eyes other than, the light from the glare from the lights in here. Jesse and James. I actually think this might be my favorite full art from the Hidden Fate set, just because the nostalgia, and I think the colors on it are really good. It's awesome. Hoping for a 9.5 on that guy too. I think we'll get a pretty. I think we'll get pretty close to that on a lot of these. A lot of these are pack fresh. So the next one we have is that shiny Scyther. So you can kind of see it might be a little bit closer to the top here than on the bottom, but otherwise the centering seems really good on the front and back. I'll pull it out of the sleeve here so we can take a better look at it. That is an awesome card. I can't get over these shinies. I think they're so cool. But yeah, doesn't seem to be any, like I said, these were packed fresh. You saw me pull them the other day, so shouldn't be any wear on these whatsoever. So hopefully, again, I'm really shooting for 10s on all these Hidden Fates cards that we pulled. As long as the centering doesn't throw it off, because that tends to be the biggest thing with trading cards, is that the centering will keep it from getting a good grade even if it's pack fresh. Anyway, next up is the Alolan Vulpix shiny from Hidden Fates. Oh man, I love this card too. It is a little off center towards the right here, but top and bottom looks pretty good. Looks about the same, just in that direction on the back. It's probably, a 9.5 on that just because of the centering, maybe a 9. We'll take it out here and look at it a little bit closer. So again, I don't see any real whitening on these guys. These are all pretty fresh from the pack. Good grades, and actually I will say this one here might actually be the favorite that I pulled because, ProfessorNinetales. Love my little baby Vulpix. Can't be a Ninetales without a Vulpix. there's a secret trick to getting these to go in smoothly every time. Put that in the comments too. If you haven't had a chance, go hit that like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And check out PokeCollect. Like I said, you're always going to get something good, something you didn't have before. And I actually had a good time opening those packs. So next we got here is the shiny Charmeleon. So you can tell that the centering on this guy is actually really off. I'm going to try to get this submitted as a miscut because it is so blatantly towards the corner here. Also, and I want to compare it to some other shiny Charmeleons out there, but if you look, there's a really hard line here where the shadow is. That doesn't really make sense because there's no, you think it'd be a little softer, it would be just a straight right angle like that. So I'm going to look into that and actually see if that might be an error. Again, quality-wise, if I can get it graded as a miscut, I think I could get 10 on this because it is pack fresh. And if it's like an error or something, that might make it a little bit more valuable, just because it won't be as common. But either way, it's still a cool card. We actually do have 2 big batches. This is the first one, and we have some pretty heavy hitters in this one because I wanted to get them graded as soon as possible, so we can get them back for the channel as soon as possible. I'm actually going to do this video and then a results in a later video, so definitely stay tuned for when we get these cards back. Anyway, the next card is the shiny Eevee. So I think the centering looks pretty good. It might be a little bit closer to the right side here, but other than that, I think it looks really awesome. Eevee's a popular card always, and this will just be good to get graded for the collection. I think it'll at least get a 9 just because of the centering. I'll pull it out and see if we can see any whitening on the edges or anything like that. So I think it looks really good. I mean, I don't know if we got some like reprints or old stock of Hidden Fates or what the situation was, but I think pretty much every card that we pulled was in really good condition. Like, I don't think we pulled anything out of there, that came out like rough. I've pulled a couple cards out of the Sword and Shield, like the Keldeo V, and I pulled that guy and it was like white all over the edges. It was like rough textured and everything, like they'd used a dull blade to cut it. And so it is possible to get a card with some bad whitening out of the packs. So if you're ever grading, that is something to look at. Is even if it's pack fresh, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get a good grade, because factory errors happen from time to time. Another thing, and I mentioned it a couple times, popular Pokemon, so Eevees, Charizards for sure, are always really good cards to get graded because there's the nostalgia factor and a popularity that adds to the value. If you're looking for value, some people like to get them graded just to have a collection of graded cards. That's why I want to get my Vulpix graded, just to have it graded and have it be special for my collection. So, And anyway, and here's our next Pokemon. The shiny Reshiram GX from Hidden Fates. Yeah, pretty much all this stack is Hidden Fates, with a few exceptions. I just really like the cards in the set, honestly. And value-wise, so again, not every one of these is to be sold or traded or anything like that. These are, the collection, but they're just so nice, How can you not get them graded? You're not going to play with them. They're not in rotation or anything. So you're going to preserve them in a way that, makes them kind of special. It's a bit of a wait time too, so if you're not like in a hurry to get them back, like I know when I get all these back, I'm gonna rearrange the studio a bit to display them, and make them look nice. But yeah, again, nothing too crazy on that card. Let's see, what else do we have next? The Shiny Gardevoir GX from Hidden Fates. So I actually really like this card. I was surprised that it was fairly valuable, just fresh out of the pack, like on the TCG website, which is probably who I'll use for a lot of like the pricing on these guys, just based on what their market says. It might be a little closer to the left as far as centering is concerned. Otherwise, just being a full art and having the the character extend to the edges, I think it kind of distraction that not to say that in like a way that you're trying to pull one over on the graders or anything, but they do tend to look at things, I think, from some other videos that I've seen. Nostalgia plays a factor, and I think that if a card has really good artwork and the centering isn't terrible, that they'll tend to overlook that, or just not judge it so harshly. So anyway, I think there's, some little tips and tricks to getting certain cards graded that you want to know if you want to get the best possible grade. Because obviously, again, not everything, even if it is pack fresh, the centering is really good on the back there. Looks almost perfect. Not everything pack fresh is going to be, quote unquote, a perfect condition card. So, all right, I think we're getting into some all right, one more. Lucario Shiny from the Hidden Fates set. Oh my goodness. If this case wants to open for me so I can get this card out, that would be swell. Oh no. Okay. That one gave me a little trouble. So I think the centering actually looks really good on this guy. And it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, I think, when the cards get so thin on the edge. So this on the back, it looks like it might be a little closer to the left. Let's see, thinner border here. I really do think that most, if not all, of these Hidden Fates cards will get 9s or 9.5s. If not 10s, just because they are all pack fresh, and the centering on most of them is pretty good. So I am very hopeful and confident for our return when these all come back. Another thing to be mindful of, if you guys out there are looking to send any cards out for a submission, the turnaround times are kind of increased right now, so you could be waiting a month or two to get cards back. USPS and really all the shipping companies are having issues right now, as well as just an increased backlog for PSA. More people at home, more people collecting cards, more people trying to increase their collections and all that stuff. So you just got to be patient with them. Anyway, and the next card we've got here is a base set 2 Nidoqueen. So I actually mentioned in that Hidden Fates video a card that I got from my nephew. And so I actually was helping him go through his collection, and he had these guys. The Ninetales and this Nidoqueen, and I was like, man, let me get them graded for you. Sorry, I'm kind of speechless. Holding these really old cards is super nostalgic for me. These were the ones that I bought and played with and got rid of a bunch of times when I was a kid and didn't know any better. So these are really cool. So you can see the centering's a little off down towards the corner here. And there's a little bit of scratching on the foil, but there's not really any whitening on the front here, to my eyes, and like no discoloration on the card itself. So for being a 20-year-old card, it's really in great shape. I'm hoping to get a 9, maybe an 8.5. It looks like there's just a tiny bit of whitening right there. See the little spot right there. Maybe an 8.5 with that whitening if they catch that. It could very well just look at like a glare in the light to them. It might just be a glare in the light to me, to be perfectly honest. So I'm hoping for a 9 on this guy, maybe an 8.5. But again, I think we'll be happy with any grade. It's a base set 2 Nidoqueen, guys. Come on. That thing will look good in a slab. Alright, here we go. Next card we have is a Jungle Snorlax. Also, one of the cards from my nephew's collection. Centering, it looks like it might be to the left and down a bit. Otherwise, you know, I think again, the same kind of like just a little bit of scratching on the foil. Honestly, that's really from coming in and out of binders and sleeves, you know, its whole life. I don't think that this card really ever got played with in like a deck setting. I mean, if you look, I mean, there's not really any whitening on the front here at all. And you tend to see that if people are like sticking their finger in the sleeve or shuffling it a lot. On the back, though, there is a little bit. So the sides look alright. There's a little spot down here on the corner. If you can see that. And then a little bit on here on the corner there. A finger for some color difference there so you can kind of see there on the top. So for this guy, I'm thinking maybe like a 7, 7.5. It really depends on how harshly they judge these guys. Like I said, people get really nostalgic for these cards, you know, and the graders are people too. They obviously work for the company they work for because they love what they do. You know, so you might hope for a better grade just because someone's in a good mood today and they found a Jungle Snorlax, which is a cool card. Let's be real. Oh my gosh, it's like I can never get these in the sleeves. Please, if you have secret tricks, tell me in the comments. I want to know. Alright, I think we've just got 2 more. My baby! My Ninetales. So I think the centering on this one is really good. I believe it's even top and bottom and left to right. On the front, let's get it out of the sleeve here. And it's actually really funny how thick these cards feel. You know, you can't do it anymore, but you used to be able to weigh these packs, and holding these guys in my hands, I could tell why. So, you know, you can already kind of see it. There's something right here. So that's, you know, really going to take away from the score on it. But the centering looks pretty good. And then kind of the same, you know, I would almost say that this has less scratching on the foil. But that might just be me wanting this card to be awesome because it's a sweet baby Ninetales. Other than that, you know, there's not any like discoloration on the card face or on any of the text. Everything is there. Everything's nice and bold. We'll get a closer look at that spot on the front here in a second. So again, I don't see any whitening really on the back. Maybe just a little speckling up in the top corner. Well, yeah, I guess maybe just a bit in the corners. You can kind of tell. Yeah, and then on the bottom. See, it's easier to tell when you have something that's not white behind it. You know, so maybe a 6.5 or 7 on this guy. You know, maybe not, maybe even less just because of that. But again, I'm only putting this in a slab because this is going to live in my collection forever, and it's a Ninetales, so I'm not really looking to get a 10 on this guy. Obviously, if I was, I'd go out and buy a card that was mint and send it in. But it's sentimental. It was a gift from my nephew. Yeah, from my nephew and my favorite Pokemon, and you know my whole thing. So, Ninetales. All right, you guys. The piece de resistance for this PSA batch. Any guesses? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to put in the comments below what you think this is. Yeah, you're right. It's a Charizard. So, base set 2 Charizard to be specific. I know. But it's still a really cool card, man. I'll tell you, this was the card you get. I'm getting shaky. Every time I touch this card, every time I look at it, I sort of get shaky. So I think the centering looks pretty good. To me, maybe just a smidge over to the right here. But I think it looks really good. The same kind of just, you know, wear on the foil. But again, I think this one actually has the least amount of wear to it, to my eyes. But, you know, if you guys see something different and I'm just crazy, tell me that in the comments, because Professor Ninetales will invest in some glasses. Doesn't seem like there's any whitening on the front, which is awesome. No discoloration, no hollow bleed, none of that, you know. Hollow bleed, by the way, is just if like the foil starts to show on the edge here. You can see some of that shimmer. It's a Charizard, guys. Come on. A base set Charizard. Let's see the back here. So, just a smidge of whitening at the top. You know, a smidge on a 20-year-old card. What are you going to do? A little bit on the corner there. The sides look pretty good. Centering on the back looks really good. This is kind of the one where I'm hoping the biggest nostalgia trip will help us here. So I'm really hoping for an 8 on this. Maybe an 8.5. Like I said, I think it's in really good condition for the most part. And I've seen cards with like way crazier things get similar or better scores. So hopefully this will be a good grade. All of these base original Gen 1 cards, except for the Ninetales, are actually going back to my nephew. You know, because they're his, and we just wanted to get these graded for him. So I'm hoping that he gets a big win on these. I think that'd be awesome. Put it away for college. No, I don't think base set 2s are really super valuable, but you know what I mean. Put this away for a couple years, put it in a slab and let it sit, you know. It's a really cool card, guys. It's a Charizard, come on. Anyway, so that is our PSA video and our Poke Collect opening. Put a like in the bottom, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you guys want to see anything, any certain packs or openings, put some love in the comments. Let me know what you want, and you know, we'll be back with more. So, from me to you, thanks for coming back to the lab.